Good. Tonight we're back with more Final Fantasy XVI. Let's see here. We were on... Here we go. The Gathering Storm. Character appearance. You can now change the outward appearance of Clive and his allies. Access the Hideaway's Arete Stone to try out this new feature. Neat. In fact, let's get a quick look at it. Use the appearances option in the Arete Stone to change the outward appearance of Clive or his party members. The appearance of Clive's weapon can also be used to change to that of any previously obtained weapon while maintaining the current weapon's stats. So you have... So far we got these ones. I'm not going to change any of those right now because... spoilers. No, I will not elaborate. And you've got Braveheart, of course. So you've got the Imperial Infantry Blade, Gaia Blade, the Coral Sword, Storm Cry, Flame Tongue, Levin Bolt, which I've currently got, and Invictus. One of a set of 7 swords. Oh yeah, that one. And Braveheart. But there we go. Because, I mean, come on. That thing's been in Clive's family for how many generations? Jeez. Also, let's see here. Do I have enough to master anything? No, I do not. Of course I do not. Oh, boy. Oh, well. Okay. All right. And now for the Onion Sword. Taking up this radiant blade of gold and turquoise in one hand invokes strange yet familiar images of 4 homespun youths on a journey to quench the coming darkness. Out of curiosity, neat. Also, so excited that we are getting 2 paid DLCs for this bitch. Awesome. Alright, we need to check the reading table and wall of memories. And then we need to go check the backyard.
It's all right to touch him.
I don't know. You go first.
Huh. There's Torgal. Such good dog. A bird by any other name. Forgive my insistence on writing these silly letters. Would that we had more time to speak to each other in person, but for every day we spend together it feels as though we must suffer another 2 apart. I am gladdened to hear of your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosia, or should I say Whiteheart. You told me once how your Chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Phoenix Gate. And here, so many years later, we find she has spent her life doing that exact same thing, defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? There it is. Steel cast upon stone. The oath. Created the day Clive pledged his allegiance to Cid. This crystal shard transfixed with twin daggers is a powerful reminder of a promise made, a friendship forged, and a legacy inherited. Ambrosia's tack. A saddle and blinders crafted specifically for Clive's childhood chocobo, Ambrosia. Even after being separated from her master, the noble steed served the people of Rosaria in his stead, protecting the defenseless from the merciless, just as a good shield should. Truly a good bird.
Now, Martel. See, I was open. Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off.
Yeah.
I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Nice.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
Nice.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
Rest in peace, Martel.
Did you come through the forge today?
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Your uncle always seemed a kindly soul, if a little eccentric.
That broom's as ragged as go.
Oh, excuse me.
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here. Courtesy of Martel.
Martel apples. A basket of Martel apples, grown and picked by Cormac for sample by hideaway residents.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait,
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
Yep. Gone, but not forgotten.
Others weren't so lucky then.
Them old apples were enough to curdle your guts. But these beauties are as sweet as you like.
I'll have to pay the boys down in the backyard a visit to tell them thanks.
What's the matter, Nectar? The hunt board? It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Of course you do.
Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the curse breakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Hold on a moment, everyone. There we go.
I don't think so.
Huh? Man, I wish I had read that one out loud. Too late now. All right, try again. Did you see that curse? Did you see that the curse breakers give every billet a rank of riskiness? Kapo? From this thing could kill you with a single swipe to a 7-nation army couldn't scratch this thing's skin. But I'm sure you'll be fine, Kapo. Well, not sure, but that's one risk I'm willing to take. Oh, gee, thanks. The Hunt Board. Reports of fiends terrorizing the countryside are posted to the Hunt Board in hopes that fearless heroes, such as Clive, will take it upon themselves to hunt down and slay the notorious marks. Alright, took out Ahriman. Angel of Death, Belphegor. A trader coming by the way of Caer Norvent met with a group of curse breakers traveling in the opposite direction and warned them of a wicked winged harpy on the road ahead. His eyes wild and flickering. Though the curse breakers saw nothing untoward on their own journey through their pass, the sound of cackling laughter from the trees ensured that they kept up a brisk pace. Belphegor. Reports have been received of a wild avis of striking size, making its nest atop the hill adjacent to Eastpool. Though all efforts are being made not to rouse the beast's ire, it is surely but a matter of time before it needs to feed. I hereby petition any brave volunteers to march to the northern border, that we might cut the fiend down before it makes trenchers of the nearby villages. Desiree.
Oh, Clive! Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend's donations?
Oh, no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any?
First.
Words are immortal.
They live on in others, and if the words are your own, so too will you. Do you know who told me that? It was Jara, in our last session before Titan came. It stayed with me ever since his passing, and inspired me to become what I am today. I imagine we survivors all have a story like that, of someone who remains with us, even though they're gone. Yeah, gone, but not forgotten.
Business is busy.
On top of my regular duties here at the Whisper, Otto has piled countless other tasks, from transcribing and sorting Stolas reports to penning needful missives. Not that I'm a complaining mind. I enjoy writing. I have ever since I learned my letters from Yara back in the old hideaway. I won't claim to have been his best student, though. That honor goes to Shirley.
Still.
I like to think Yara would be proud of me, too, were you with us today.
Is everything we've received and everything promised?
The Patron's Whisper. Completing side quests will earn Clive renown, inspiring nameless benefactors from across the Twins to donate money or items to Clive's cause. Visit Desirate the Patron's Whisper in the Hideaway's mess to view current renown level and accept any donations available. Talk of the Tea House. Your merry band of outlaws and its dashing deeds of daring-do are all the talk amongst the ladies of the court. We have gathered several items of worth that you might continue your gallantry. Heartstruck Dowager.
Here you are.
Respect. Our order is built on pride, but that does not mean we are too proud to give thanks where thanks is due. We may have failed Martha once, but never again. The Blood Axes.
All yours.
Oh, this is going to be good once I get there.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
I got an AFK to take Pup out, because of course. Hold on. Hold on, Pup. Manipulative little turd. Pup realized that I had figured out that she only barks a certain way when she wants out to potty, or cries a certain way when she wants to potty. And so she decides she's gonna cry that exact way when all she wants out to do is to play in the rain. Because of friggin' course. Yeah, so annoying.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab 'em right from the branch, made Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste.
Yep.
Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
That room's as ragged as...
Cursebreakers sent their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martel lives on through the fruit it bears.
Awesome. And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
Damn right.
I didn't do anything, really, but... Thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way...
Not at all.
Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martel. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
Awesome. A basket of slightly stunted, somewhat sweet apples grown from the blighted earth thanks to the dedication and perseverance of one woman, Martel. May she rest in peace. Still, we'll grow something worth eating one of these days, and when we do, you'll have first pick. Martel. see here. So we have to head straight to Hawkscry Cliff first. First, let's check the wall of memories. I already collected that. Hey. Kitty kitty. Where are you out to, kitty kitty? Well, come on. Up, up. Good girl. One of the dogs is barking at the living room TV. You know what? I think I'm going to switch back to that sword. Okay.
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Let's go check in with Vivian.
And how may I assist you today? What is it that you wish to learn? Here's the latest information I have.
Alright, latest update. Following Empress... March of the Black Shields. Following Empress Annabella's orders, Black Shields of Rosaria expand their persecution of bearers in the Imperial Province. The first mass culling of bearers and those deemed overly sympathetic to their plight turn the streets of Rosalith red before spreading to every corner of the old duchy.
Study it well, Clive.
Siege of the Strait. The Dalmek's siege of the Crystalline Dominion reaches an impasse, with the Republican and Imperial forces holding their ground on opposite sides of the strait. With all the eyes of the twins fixed on the Dominion, the time is ripe for other actors to make their move.
Thus ends today's lesson.
Oh, where's
another of my lectures.
What does her little note say down there? Once more, all eyes are on the Dominion.
Thus ends today's lesson.
Whoa, there's a button for past lessons?
My favorite pupil. Allow me to explain. Again.
Wow, I didn't even notice that tab was there. After Clive returns from his ill-starred ventures in Costness, he visits Vivian for a review of the state of the realm following the fall of Drake's Head and the Empire's invasion of the Crystalline Dominion. Oh, well, I figure it's time for a recap.
Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the Crystalline Dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's Head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army.
Yep.
From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind.
Indeed.
The Holy Empire, the Dalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran.
Huh.
Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
Jeez.
Thus ends today's lesson.
And now, off to Hawk's Cry. Yeah, I can use that to celebrate when I get that far.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's... extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! They'll think we're loyalists.
Ah, dang it. I'm sorry, I got an AFK. Pup's just freaking wanting attention. Ma is right there to give her attention. But it's not enough. Needy, greedy little baby.
Jill, look.
Oh boy.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. Twould be
Oh,
pity
look.
to make
War
examples of
criminals.
you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
It'd be a crying shame if
Business could the Black
if
Shields have
some
in a
noble
village this
outlaws were to execute these war
There's barely
criminals.
room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dance the gallows?
Welcome, stranger.
Damn.
Keep to the roads now.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered.
Oh no,
Empire
what a
wants answers,
shame.
and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. Or their 100-full legions.
We're going hunting for outlaws. How do you like that, boy? Two more left to join the garrison.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think they was the Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
Oh, sorry.
But we need to find out.
Ah, that hurt.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another Eastpool.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats.
Yup.
In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Bought with fear.
Yup.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the Apollo trip, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? Did the Mother Crystal's collapse?
Yeah. You're not going to like it.
Ooh. Ow. Damn you, muscle memory.
This one.
Boom. Something around here I was wanting to see, but I forget where exactly it is. But oh, look! How very wonderful! War criminal! Hi! Punks. Just a bunch of thugs. Yeah, safe to say I have zero patience for the kind of monsters that did the awful things these scumbags have done. There are very, very few acts I consider unforgivable. Oh, I forgot we have Ambrosia here.
Ready, go?
You deserve a rest.
All yours, Torgal.
Ow.
All yours, Torgal.
Boom. Fallen ruins.
Good girl.
Oh, look.
This might take a
Some
while.
more war criminals to execute.
Stay down.
I have to be careful not to go too ham while fighting these chuckle fucks. Those who fight monsters and all that.
Be safe.
Oh, excuse me. Now I'm going to have to wait a bit, looks like.
Blood,
Oh, God.
Clive.
Lots of it.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield to present. To me, Flames!
Damn. Ooh, oh, you're gonna regret that.
Finished.
Shot in the back like the cowards you are.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
No, draw it out.
Why, you?
They've done far worse.
We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry. Ready, go? Straight home now.
At this point, no, not until I've started getting more.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
Words cannot do the rage justice. They will pay. People who did this are monsters. Monsters.
This was my mother's doing.
Sorry your mom's such a piece of shit, Clive.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We're can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Not here. We're approaching Buick Bridge.
Ow.
Come on. I can walk from here.
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
I did.
Oh, Wilhelm.
Hey, Boss Hunter.
Down the road.
So, you just missed.
For your tail snip, Tilda.
Tail snip? Yeah, no. Last time that happened, the damn thing got eaten right in front of me. Rude.
Come here, boy.
No! Throwing that back hurts! Also, you just missed a fresh reason to want to slowly kill a certain enemy faction.
Fang, you want some tail meat?
Yeah, you can stop right there. I am one of the few things Fang does not enjoy the taste of. Nice try. Probably because, where he's concerned, it's essentially cannibalism.
Then refuse us passage back to our homes.
Oh, they're just regular Imperial soldiers. They're fine.
Dragon tail meat, you fucking moron.
Oh.
The Empire would have us live in the Deadlands.
Dragon tail meat, then. Okay. Are we talking like a regular dragon, or are we talking a really hard to kill dragon like an Alatrean? Because,
would you mind paralyzing me?
For
me.
Dude. Dude, me and Fang, we can one-shot a dragon. Easy. It's like spearfishing for us. Except in the sky.
I just had Kanan Fang as being twin motherfuckers out to make you angry in the shortest time possible. We are your little shits.
The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
Asterisk me and.
No, I got you.
We should start with the main gate and see where that gets us.
Okay, are there any bluebirds around here? They're great for AP farming. Nope, but there are some. Oh, yum! Giant crabs. Yum! So, care to guess what the so-called Black Shield did to piss me off this time?
And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Boss Hunter? Remember the fuckers that attacked Eastpool?
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy.
Also, Boss Hunter, are you talking about a noodle incident? Is that what you're referring to? Because that's what it's called, or at least what you're talking about. Sounds like that.
Viceroy's dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
Oh, good enough,
Fuck off! And the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties! Cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed.
Yep.
We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Black light burns. Let's see here. No, not yet.
The good news is we haven't seen a single...
Actually, we still need to upgrade these ones at the very least. Oh, excuse me. At the very least, upgrade the abilities themselves.
Black Shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
So, Boss Hunter, Care to guess what happened in Old Hill?
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Oh boy.
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Well, shit.
Or not.
Squishy wizards.
You're finished.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
Sorry I killed some of your guys, apparently.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But We've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
Sorry your mom's such a bitch,
You mean
Clive.
my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool.
No shit.
And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we.
Make ready.
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name.
Yep.
It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
We'll show them that the fire in our hearts.
You are welcome to what little we have managed to salvage. As you wish, my lord. I will be here should you need aught else.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge, and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
Again, guerrilla warfare. Asymmetric warfare at its finest.
Now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
Nice.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Party members. Throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
Let's save again.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Come along now.
The bastards are looking.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Kill the wizard first.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
Your arrogance will be your undoing.
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Now, for the rest of you...
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern.
Good.
Too slow.
Hold on. I got AFK. Alright, I'm back. Mom was wanting me to check the laundry. Damn it. Ah.
More dragons.
Jumped down on it.
Worse. The Imperials aren't taking any chances.
Ow.
I can't say I'm flattered.
Nice try. Nice try.
Oh yeah.
A noble
Finally! A worthy opponent!
a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Ow. Oh.
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
Boom. Enjoy your stay in hell.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
Of course
and then
she
it
will.
will all begin again. I
Yeah,
often
where'd
wonder
the
if the
cat
nation
be?
we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will.
Hear, hear.
For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Oh yeah.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Nice.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Oh, that's a nice axe.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago.
18 years to be exact.
And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, Must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Oh.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddo in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you.
Aww.
You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit.
Fair enough.
See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low.
Indeed.
Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
The woman you knew was a lie, I say.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
By definition, a hero.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing.
Yep, too honest. Not a bad flaw to have.
Though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your
Yeah,
mind?
but it'll take 3 weeks for the voyage to start.
Monsters.
Quite the time frame.
When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice.
Well, they didn't give you a lot of better options.
Because once they
honestly.
learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's.
You did to try to protect them.
I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Return to the hideaway. Here be monsters.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
We have 2 side quests available. One is an upgrade. Wait. Any side quests elsewhere? Nope, just those 2 places. Good. Ooh, one of these.
I didn't take you for a scholar, Ivan.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your
Oh,
sense
come
of
on.
adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance
Took
at each
the words
recipe, and
right
you
out
were
of my
trading your sword
mouth.
for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first tunnel worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, Dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Now that I've cleared that out. Nope. Nope. Okay.
Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad without all the bloody dust.
An apple a day. Lad from the yard ran up a basket of Martells just this morning. Sweet as honey and crisp as the morning breeze they were. I told myself I was only going to have one, but I reckon if no one else listens to old Otto, I don't have to either. You let Nigel and his lot know they've done a fine job. It was a time you'd catch none but Sid supping on these. What for the foul bite? But for him, it never were about the flavor, but about what they represented. Our ability to make it on our own. And look at us now. Sid would be proud. Otto. A flame none brighter. My Lord Marquess, I ask once again for you to forgive my men for your welcome back at the Lazarus, but certainly you can understand that you were the last person any of us were expecting to see at our gates. In the short time since our reunion, you have shown yourself to be the self-same man I followed and distilled into those many years ago. A true bearer of your father's legacy. If only Sir Tyler, the Lord Commander, and all the others who were lost that night were still with us to see how bright your flame now burns. To you and your cause, I hereby pledge the swords of the Guardians, and am proud to stand alongside you once again. Wade. Well, quite in the Dominion. The Dalmecs and the Imperials are at a standoff. They snarl at each other, fangs bared like slum curs, but neither wants to make the first move. It's almost as if they both realized what a stinking pile of chocobo shit they've stepped in. If I were Amanda Lay Wager, I'd put my copper on this conflict not playing out anytime soon. I shall keep you appraised. Gav. Hi, kitty. You stay down from there, kitty, kitty.
There are new billets being posted every day.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what do you say?
Fine. If you think it will help.
So I'm going to visit Desiree
open up when he's ready.
before this session's
All right.
up.
Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back,
Wait,
sir.
already? Wow. Okay, never mind. Pillow talk. Such is the renown of Sid the Outlaw that much of my clientele would rather spend their time prattling on about your endeavors than making any endeavors of their own. For that, I feel I owe you at least a portion of my earnings. A particularly enamored sort left this on the nightstand. May it serve you better than it did him. A busy courtesan.
Here you are.
Berserker ring. This. All right, which one am I dropping? No. This one. There we go.
I could have sworn we had a few. That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady.
First August, and now you. What are you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like heavy, clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for? Now piss off.
Not yet, we haven't.
Right. We're going.
Because now we gotta fix the. Now we gotta solve the problem. Now that we know what it is.
I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
Yep.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
Huh.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was excited? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe... Care Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
So your sweet nectar.
Typical nobles.
Did I hear you say you were hoping to hunt down a griffin, Cabot? Then do I have the billet for you, Cabot? An especially horrible one that the locals call Dozmare. Wrong side of Karen Norvent.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
No risk, no reward.
The work will have to wait. Vogel, look sharp.
Ow!
Nice try.
Yeah. Ah. Loved it. Ow! Ow. Seriously. Ah! Boom! Bye-bye, birdie. And level up. Scarletite. One of the hardest metals known to man, scarletite is highly sought after by those with means to pay its exorbitant asking price. A price determined not by its rarity, but rather due to the fact that a forge must employ no fewer than 5 healthy bearers to produce flames hot enough to melt the ore, at which time it takes upon the deep scarlet hue from which it takes its name.
Something there, boy. Could that be our man?
Noisy dog.
Right? Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
Dalmatian from the look of you.
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
I'm going to need an AFK shortly.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but
Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you.
We're gonna have to raid here, folks.
Blackthorn's mood.
So, save here. And then we are gonna raid easy mode start because he's hosting another collab stream, no doubt with Club Yuzu, possibly either Grortug or Insomniac Avery as well, for some Ace Attorney. So, until next time, this is the Wilhelm starting, raiding and signing off. Good night, everybody, and don't touch that dial.